Pit bulls, a controversial dog breed that is still at the top of many lists of people today. What is a pit bull? Where did it come from? Do you know? Well, I'm about to tell you. Pit bulls got their name from some of the events that took place over in England back over 1,000 years ago. And it was called bull baiting, which was a Britain's pastime that was done between the functions of dogs, not by their breeds or what type of dog they were. Then in the early 1800s, it became known as ratting, which ratting is where you get a pit and you do wagers on how many rats a dog can kill at one time, which still is not by the breed, it's by the function. Then when the settlers came over to the new land, which is America, back in the early 1800s, is when a lot of people, instead of doing the routing, it came into dog fighting. And that's where the dog fighting originated. And still at that time, it was not done by the breed, it was done by the function that the dog could do. So the word pit came from Britain and England in the early 1800s when they were putting dogs inside of a pit to wager how much they would be able to kill the rats. And that's where it was bull baiting. So they came up with pit bull. Now, pit bull and dog fighting came a bloodbath sport amongst many people today. And they're teaching the dogs to be aggressive and vicious and attacking. And the key word there is the owner of the dog, not the dog itself. You can train any dog to attack. It doesn't necessarily have to be a pit bull or a Rottweiler or German Shepherd or a Chow or a wolf type dog. It could be something as little as a Chihuahua or a Yorkshire Terrier, or, any dog that has been geared to attack. Now, what would happen if we were to get rid of pit bulls? Pit bulls, a lot of people are banning them from neighborhoods and areas and different places because of the viciousness and aggressiveness of the breeds. But did you know that pit bulls actually are working dogs? Did you know that they do a lot of job-related tasks, and it's not just for family companions? Did you know they also help kids become stronger readers, because a child is more apt to read to the dog than it is to read out loud to anyone else? And they also are a service dog in detecting seizures and diabetic alerts and nursing homes and helping citizens with any type of health issues that they had. Also, did you know that Pete, the pup that is on the original Little Rascals, was actually a pit bull? Bet y'all didn't know that. Also, there was a pit bull that was part of the police force, and he was a war hero, and he had been wounded twice, and he kept warning the entire platoon that there was going to be a poisonous gas attack, and helped in the capture of the German spy. Also, the pit bulls are not human aggressive. The American Pit Bull Terrier as a breed is not human aggressive. In fact, quite the opposite is true of the breed. They are gentle, loving dogs. Like any dog, individuals can be unsound and have behavior problems. Pit bulls are great with kids. They aren't referred to as the nanny's dog for nothing, for sure. And then pit bulls also serve as narcotic and bomb sniffing dogs as well. There was a pit bull out of Texas, his name was Popsicle. and they named him Popsicle because he was found in a freezer. He has the single largest drug fine in Texas history by finding over 3,000 pounds of cocaine in Hidalgo, Texas. So not all these dogs are bad. And also researching and looking up statistics in dogs, there is a lady, according to the founder and executive director of American Pit Bull Foundation, Sarah Enos, is actively involved in communities trying to increase responsible dog ownership. And this isn't necessarily towards the pit bull breed, it's to all breeds, because dog ownership is huge in responsibility in taking care of a pet. And I went and looked up in the statistics on a study that was based from 2000 to 2009. In 2013, it was published, and out of 256 related fatality dog bites, they could only breed validate 45 cases. And out of that 45 cases, 20 of them were different breeds and 2 were known mixes. And upon looking at the statistics and fatalities of pit bulls back over the last year, I can give you some examples that were taken off the dogbite.org. And according to them, in different instances, the dog had never hurt a person in the past, but had killed smaller dogs. To me, that would be a warning sign. The dog bitten a 10-year-old boy 4 months earlier. His mother reported the biting to the sheriff's office, and the Iowa Department of Human Services classified the dog bite as unfounded and nothing else would occur. This individual was walking when she was attacked by a pack of dogs. There were multiple victims of these dogs before the death of the family member, and the family member had warned their father to get rid of the dogs. 8 months earlier, they had escaped the property in the same way and attacked a man who fled by climbing up a tree. 3 pit bulls that were kept behind a 6-foot fence. When the neighbor went out to feed his cats, the dogs jumped over the fence and attacked him. The boy and his mother had just arrived to the home to visit friends, and the little boy went to the backyard, and moments later, the mother found him in the backyard. Another incident was the babysitter was watching the boy through a window from inside the home that was in the back with several dogs. Through adequately maintained fences separated the 2 homes, the neighbor's pit bull somehow entered the backyard and began attacking the neighbor and their Labrador, picking up her granddaughters from a home when the pit bulls belonging to someone living at the home brutally attacked her in the driveway. Folks, these are just instances where just the responsibility of a homeowner, a lot of this would have been prevented. And sadly, these are children, adults, elderly, and not knowing what the adults, the children were doing at the time. But these are incidents where there was no need for the attack of the dogs because of lack of responsibility of the owner. So it brings me back to saying pit bulls as a breed is classified, in my opinion, to start with your owner, and depending on how this dog is raised depends on how it's going to react. Now, that goes without saying. There are some of these incidents where these dogs have been in the family for many, many years. They've never attacked anybody. They've been around kids' family. Nothing's new changed, nothing, and it happens. Folks, it happens. Not saying. But I would like to take this time at my close and show you something that is very, very important to me. And this would be my dog, Honey Waffles. She is our 5-year-old pit bull. And she is very friendly. We've had her since at birth, and we've raised her. This is the kids' dog, and she's the biggest baby that they've ever seen. So, and we've taught her not to be aggressive. The worst thing she does is bark. She doesn't growl. She doesn't mess with the cats. She doesn't mess with dogs. She doesn't mess with anything. All she does is just bark. So, again, please be a responsible owner and take care of your pets, regardless of which breed they are. Thank you.